Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lit Fam Podcast, trying to stay festive since 2016. Today, I am joined by Dylan.
Hi.
And the one, the only, Blood and Fox Preston.
Why do I get the weird intro?
Because I felt like it.
I'm surprised you don't have like a little bow, I mean,
soundboards are strictly banned on this podcast. That's rule number 7.
I would have given him like permission to do that. I would have like overruled your rule.
I like Dylan right now
The council,
more than Andrew.
The council has made a decision, but as it's a stupid decision, I've chosen to ignore it.
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
Ignoring the council's decision. This is a dictatorship, not a democracy, and just call me Hitler.
Okay, Hitler.
No, you can't make that joke. That's offensive. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's not Christmas. We missed it.
Happy New Year.
There you go. Well,
I've been on YouTube for 6 years by the time you've watched this. Yay.
Is New Year's like the anniversary of when you joined YouTube?
Yes, 6 years ago.
Oh, that's kind of cringe, bro.
That sounds like a sad New Year's.
That's kind of cringe, bro.
January 1st, 2014.
That's about that's almost as long as ago as we uploaded a podcast.
Wow, it has. Wow. Oh my gosh.
It's been a while. We've been on break. We've got stories to tell.
Okay, no, dude. We have been on break is a very loose term.
Uh-huh.
Andrew has been quote unquote busy.
Look. I have been.
No, you haven't.
There's been people to call, places to go, shopping to do, jobs to work. I worked my first job this Thanksgiving and Christmas. And, I baked cookies for the first time.
How'd that go? Whoa. For the first time. We're going to get into
all of it.
For the first time.
For the first time in
copyrighted.
How old are you?
Coppa, Andrew.
I might be 21.
And you bake cookies for the first time.
Yeah. It was an adventure. We'll talk about that later on, towards the end of the episode, I want to talk about what happened today first.
Oh.
You see, there are 3 of us in this call.
Yes, there are only 3.
The 3 lonely musketeers. And we had a fourth. We had a fourth that we were going to add, named Emily. And,
a new lit man.
No, she's a woman. That's why we need her. We need that diversity, man.
A new Lit Fam member to show off.
Yeah. I mean, an old Lit Fam member, but newly shown off. That sounds wrong.
Putting our friends on parade.
I don't, it's just...
Lit Fam is just a fashion show.
Strut and pose and walk back. Those are the motions. I could so pull off a fashion show. We should do that.
Have you seen a fashion
But Emily,
show?
anyway.
Gorgeous.
Have you seen the stuff they dress in?
Dude, I could rock that potato sack. New from Paris. Anyway, so we're going to add Emily. And we're just running over some stuff with her, audio tests, making sure her mic's in order. We ask the age-old question, can you be free for, an hour and a half for sound tests and everything without any interruptions? What was her response to that, Preston?
Well, as soon as Andrew finished his question, from the great beyond, you hear,
Emily!
And we had our answer at that exact moment.
It was almost as if God himself called down from the heavens to tell us. No.
Yeah. It was kind of funny, though.
It was quite enjoyable.
So, there are 3. There are supposed to be 4.
There are 3. And one of us has a new microphone.
It's Dylan.
Doesn't he sound so different? No, it's not that much better than my last microphone, but it is an improvement, and I'm happy with it. And I spent some money on it that I don't regret at all. And that's as much as I'll talk about that.
We all know you're pretty cheap, okay?
You don't. You have no idea.
Can I tell the Chipotle story? I wasn't there, but I know it.
You know what? Tell the Chipotle story.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax. And prepare yourselves for how cheap this man is.
I don't have a job, okay? I don't have a job.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. Every cent counts.
This man right here, Mr. Andrew, went to Chipotle with some of his friends, okay? You know, normal day, Chipotle with friends. Sounds like a pretty good time to me if I would have been there. But, no, they charged him a guacamole instead of, what was it, a cheese dip?
Okay, so,
A
well,
queso
there's
dip?
4 price ranges. You've
Okay,
got
shut up.
guacamole on
I'm
the side,
telling the story.
guacamole on
I'm telling the
burrito.
story. They charged him guacamole instead of queso dip. And this man, instead of asking for an exchange or just accepting the failure of communication between him and an employee and making things not awkward at all for either parties, he went and argued for. I
didn't argue. There was no debate. There was no argument.
I believe I was told 5 to 10 minutes because
took a
you
while.
wanted 80 cents back in your account. 80 cents,
Yeah.
not even $1. You
Yeah.
were like, I want my 80 cents back.
I was
And
not
then
in
their
tears. I
machine
can
broke.
confirm.
And then their machine broke because probably the amount was so insignificantly small. They've never been asked to refund 80 cents. Okay, Andrew, so when I say you're cheap, you're stupid cheap. You're okay. You're
I want to take a minute to defend myself, please.
I don't think you should. I think all has been said.
Looking back, I think I owe an apology to my friends, my family, and Chipotle. But also, I saw they mischarged me. They put side of guacamole instead of queso on a burrito. It's an 80 cents difference. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't have a job. And so I figured I would just be like, hey, you mischarged this. They'd swipe my card and we'd be on our way, right?
No.
It didn't go down like that. And so very quickly I started to regret my decision. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't have. If it was gonna be quick, I think it would have been worth it. If it's gonna take 5 seconds for 80 cents, that's okay. When you don't have a job, I think it's all right. But it took a few minutes, because they had to get the manager, which I didn't know regular employees couldn't do refunds. Had to get the manager. They had to swipe my card to refund me the guacamole, and then they had to swipe my card again to recharge me for the queso. And I think there was a problem with the register, and it did break. And so it was just a whole fiasco that didn't need to take place. And for that, I'm sorry, Chipotle.
Can I just say, I wasn't there, but if I was, I would have given you $1 and then demanded you give me 2 dimes.
Let me put this in perspective. I was overcharged $10, and I just walked away.
Yeah, see that's just bad stewardship right there.
No, I just didn't care. You know, they were busy because it was near. We were approaching Thanksgiving, and I was at the store and I was buying some stuff before I went on a week break from everything. And I misread. It was on me, but I've worked at that. I went to the store I worked at for 3.5 years, so I know I could have argued to have the sale, but I'm like, I'm not gonna make this employee's day awful by like, can I see your manager, please? And I'm just like, okay, I was in the wrong. $10.
Is there a reason you turned it Gonzo when you asked for the manager?
Gonzo, what?
From the Muppets.
No, that wasn't.
You don't know Gonzo?
I know who Gonzo is.
He's got the worm nose and he marries chickens.
Are you talking about you?
No, I would never marry a chicken. I'm a duck man myself.
Okay. I
I'm
got
a
you.
duck. That's disgusting.
Their bills are smoother than the beak.
Please.
Andrew, you're going
finish.
up on the furry list.
They're smoother
Well,
on the lips.
that's not furry. It would be a feather.
Yeah.
Don't finish that sentence, please.
We are Andrew.
Yes.
Everyone, hashtag Andrew's a feather in the comments.
I don't know if I'm okay with that one. Is that even? It's too many words for a good hashtag. Hashtag's got to be short and sweet, you know.
I mean,
hashtag
the odd ones
bless.
out. The odd ones out had boycott Chipotle because they didn't hire James like 3 years ago. I'm sure Andrew's a feather.
Yeah, but did that really get to trending?
Can we have boycott Andrew because he wants 80 cents?
Hashtag boycott Andrew because he wants 80 cents. Let's get that trending on Twitter.
You wanna be
So since I'm gonna start the boycott, I'm just gonna dip on out of here.
You know what? No. I'm getting a new hashtag trending in the podcast. Okay.
That should go for 2020.
Hashtag I'm sorry Chipotle.
That's good. That's good. You should tweet Chipotle your story and apologize to them. I feel like they would actually message you back.
I'm going to.
Please
We're
do
gonna
it.
do it. I will. I'm doing it. As soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna get on the Lit Fan Podcast Twitter and I'm gonna tweet at them. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this trending, boys. Don't worry about it.
Please do.
And you know what? I don't have to beg for 80 cents anymore, and I don't have to scrounge to buy a microphone anymore because I got my first job.
How old are you
Hang
again?
on.
I just wanna hear you say it again.
Can I get a round of applause first? I said no soundboard, Preston.
You wanted it. You literally just asked for it.
Can I get a clap and a half, please?
That's no, you can't get it. You can't.
But
I'll
no,
get
I got
back to
my first job. I was at a deli, for the holidays. Selling all those meats. I was hired to do the phones, taking orders over the phone, and I realized very quickly that what that meant is I was the grunt. And when the
Can
phones
I-
weren't ringing, I was doing anything else.
Can I interject here?
Yeah, go ahead.
You weren't hired to do the phones. You
Mhm.
told the boss, I don't want to do manual labor. Is that true?
Well, okay. He said, "Would you be interested in coming on for phones?" And I said, "I'm fine with that. That's great. I was kind of looking for a job at a call center anyway. Food kind of grosses me out. I don't really be working around food, but just phones sounds fine. And I can't lift heavy things. Partially because I don't want to, but also because I had hurt my back recently at the time,
So you
which is
went-
another story that I'll tell after this because that's a weird story how I hurt my back."
So you went to a deli,
Mhm.
got a job, and then
Mhm.
said, I don't want to actually work here. I just
Well,
want
I wanted
work
do
at a
phones.
phone.
I also said register. They didn't put me on register. I'm still bitter about it, but we don't talk about it. It's fine. No hard feelings. There's a little hard feelings. But I didn't just do phones. I was also cleaning a few things. I was doing sample trays, and I didn't actually mind it at all. It was a surprisingly clean atmosphere. I've always imagined working in food being really gross, and it wasn't. And so I actually was like, yeah, you know what? I'll come back. I'll do more stuff. And I came back for Christmas, and I was actually working up in the front, doing counter work, pulling out hams for people and turkeys, and doing some bagging work. Still not on register. Still not bitter. I'm a little bitter. I got some interesting phone calls though. Do you want to know the main reason people call a deli?
no,
ham.
but I can guess it's pretty dumb because
It's to find out if we have stock. It's to find out if we have any left of our product.
what do you mean? Like they're like, are you
Like,
out of?
are you
ham?
out of hams? No.
I
we'd be
mean-
out of business.
No.
Okay,
that's,
good. I'll be right over.
That's no. Okay, that's a valid question though, because if you are a small deli
I'm
specialized,
not.
you're not. Okay. well,
No, we're a big deli.
if you're a big deli though, and the only thing you only sell meat, it's pretty valid to call and say, do you have X meat in stock still? Because I worked at a grocery store for 3.5 years, and like we were asked all the time, like if we had this food product here or not. Like,
Okay. You want to know the second reason people call?
Yeah, sure.
This one's dumber.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want me to be a GPS for them. Okay? They're not asking for the address. They have the address. They read it back to me to make sure they had the right one. Then read me their street name that they were on and asked where they turn.
Okay,
I
do-
just
okay.
work here.
There is a valid point. I work at a separate chain,
Separate branch, but the
a
same.
separate
same
branch.
deli.
Yeah. That Andrew works at, and they had it. People were putting in the GPS, and it would take them to the Walmart down the street.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Are you in the Walmart?" We're like, "No." And they're like, "Okay." I typed it. Is this the address? I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I typed this into the Maps app on my phone, and it took me to Walmart."
Yeah.
Like, well,
That's kind of funny though. When I
I don't.
You're
I-
still
I
not a
didn't know there was
GPS though.
Walmart.
No, I mean when I worked at the store, I don't work there anymore, thank goodness. But when I did work at the grocery store, the number one most question I got asked was, "Where are the bathrooms?" That is a question I
Well,
answered.
look, I was blanked out. You got that question over the phone?
You know, no, I got it in person, but it would 100%
confused.
not shock me.
Bring, bring.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm just calling. I'd like to know where your bathrooms are.
You know,
I'm actually in aisle 6. Can't find any employees. You might want to send a janitor over here.
oh, I guarantee it's happened. I've called the store from my cell phone in the store before because I locked myself in a cooler once.
Oh my god!
So
The way you just said that, you sounded like you were still in the moment, so defeated. Like,
dude, no,
your
I
spirit
felt
was broken.
I felt awful. Okay, so I went to put some so when we had spoiled milk, when we get spoiled milk returned, you know, like if it's marked the 15th and they return it like the 8th and they're like smell it and we're like so we have to return it. There's a special drain back in the dairy cooler where you can pour milk down.
I'm familiar with the special drain.
Okay, whatever, dude. But so what happened was the cooler door, I knew it was broken, so I opened the door and I leave it open, and I'm pouring the milk down the drain, and then
Yeah, you are.
and then we put an X in the thing and we put it up on the thing, and the dairy workers do it. I was a bagger and a cashier, so
Okay.
I didn't like deal with like returns and stuff, so I just put it back there basically. The door closed, okay? Locked. And I mean, I was shouldering the door. I literally was running back and shouldering this giant metal door, and it wasn't even opening. But this was the milk cooler, so it was the showcase milk cooler. So I pushed the curtains back and I could see into the store. Like this was behind where you grab your milk in the store. And I literally stick my head between milk gallons.
And you're white enough, you would just look like another one.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure I did. And I'm literally sticking my head out.
Milk carton's talking.
And like I was in there for a few minutes already trying to get out on my own. And I look and I peek my head out of the cooler and I can't get out. Like I can't move the shelves the milk are on. I just can like see out. And I'm like, there's not even a customer to ask for help. There was nobody because it was like later at the night. It was like 8 o'clock or something. There was nobody. I looked down the aisles. I'm like, there's not a single person in sight. And I'm like, and I quietly, because I'm not a loud person out in public usually. But like I'm like, help. And then I'm this is all you hear from the milk. Help me.
Here's a who.
And then I'm like, and then I pull out my phone and I call the store front desk. The problem is though I called 4 times because I was in a giant cooler, a metal and cement cooler. There was no signal. I'm literally moving around.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm literally moving around this cooler trying to find a signal. Literally, I was squatting on the ground, like next to the door. And I called the front desk and they're like, hello. And I'm like, hi, this is Preston.
I've been here 4 days, help.
They're like, hi, this is Preston. I'm like, hi, this is Preston. And they're like, oh, yeah, aren't you working tonight? And I'm like, yeah, can you send somebody back to the dairy cooler? I locked myself inside of it.
Yeah.
And you
bring
just
toilet paper.
Oh my gosh, no. I was in there.
Toilet paper in here, by the way.
I was in there for like 15 minutes, but
okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but it was still like nerve-wracking because you lock yourself in a cooler.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm just glad there was like fresh air, and you know, like I could talk to somebody if they came by, but nobody did. If I'd have locked myself in like the frozen cooler, I literally could have died. Like,
yeah.
I mean, the frozen cooler works though. Like, there's emergency latches. The one in the dairy
I was
cooler.
gonna say that sounds like a safety hazard. Otherwise.
Yeah, no. There are emergency latches on all the coolers, but and freezers, but the one in the dairy section does not work. So.
Gotcha.
Do you think they fixed it by now?
No, not a chance, dude. That store's so cheap.
Cheaper than me.
Cheap as Andrew.
Oh wow, that's all right. So can we just end the podcast here? That was like the best story I've heard like all month.
Dude, I got tons of stories from that story.
How long have we been on for? No, Siri, not you.
What?
I said, how long have we been going on for? And Siri just turned on.
Oh, I forgot to set a timer. Oh no.
I got one. We got a while.
Whew. I never forget the timer. It's because we haven't been here in so long. I missed you guys.
I have been here the whole time. I have literally been available
Andrew
almost
has
every
loyalty
week.
issues.
Look, I was busy. Okay, we talked about this.
Can we talk about you being busy real quick?
Yeah, we can.
There's a
What?
quote.
No,
There's
we
a
wanna talk
quote.
about what-
No, hold on, Dylan. Hold on. There's a quote from episode 1 I would like to just bring up.
Go ahead.
Andrew said in episode 1, I feel like when we're all older, now he were referring to in the far future, I think we'll just get to a point where we're just going to see each other on the podcast and we'll just catch up that way.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I could see that happening when we all have, real lives and families, in a few years. I didn't expect that to be literally a few months from now.
Look,
Because when
it's
Andrew's like, I'm busy, he'll literally join a call in our little group, Lit Fam, and he'll literally be there for like 4 minutes, and then he'll be like, "Bye guys, I got a phone call." That is
not
so
true.
true, dude.
at least 20.
No, it's true.
At least 20.
Thank you.
Okay, it's the holidays. I've got a lot of people that want to talk to me.
You did this
family,
back in
friends.
like October, dude.
I've got
To the people that you talk to and call listening to the podcast,
some of them.
I want my friend back.
Andrew's busyness drops to 0.
I've talked to people in the past week more than I've talked to this guy in 2 months, and they're not as conversationalist as this guy.
Preston hasn't talked to me in a while either, but I'm like
Also busy. Yeah,
You're-
so am
no,
I.
no,
No,
I've
you're-
had work.
no, Andrew,
I've been getting
it's
ready for
work.
college.
It's not also busy. It's actually busy.
I
don't
am
spend 12 hours
actually
talking to
busy.
people all day.
Okay, some of that's sleeping.
Not from what
I-
you told me.
I fall asleep talking to people all the time. It's a
That's
problem.
sad.
If I just lay down while I'm
that
talking
has-
to someone, I'm out like that.
Actually, one time I was Snapchatting someone and I fell asleep. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning over summer. No, it was like right after summer. I fell asleep. I was asleep for like 45 minutes, and when I woke up, they were like, "Oh, they sent me a good night Snapchat." I'm like, "Wait, I'm still here. I'm still here." They're like,
No, come back, come back.
"Come back, I'm still here." And they were like, "I thought you went to bed." I was like, "I don't know what happened. I just blinked, and it's a half hour later."
Yeah, I think that's called exhaustion.
I was like that yesterday. We finished opening presents, and they got me up really early. I'm not a morning person at all, ever. And I came back to my room, and after about an hour, I just kind of fell asleep in my chair. And
I was out. It was like I had to work Christmas Eve from 6:30 to like 5. And I went home, took a shower, went on the couch, and crashed.
Yeah, no, it's
And then I
It's
woke up at
insane.
1, went back to bed, woke up at 2, went back to bed, woke up at 3, went back to bed, woke up at 4.
yeah. I'm grateful that I have like solid sleep when I go to bed. It's gonna be for a while usually.
We love insomnia.
The thing about Christmas, when I was younger, like we used to get up at like 5 or 6 in the morning and do presents. This year I slept until 9. And the only reason I got up is because my mom was like, "Are you gonna get up? We got presents."
we didn't really do Christmas this year. Like, we usually decorate the house, the tree, do a bunch of stuff. None of that happened this year. Like, we just put the tree up with lights, and we didn't even decorate it.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, there's other stuff been going on.
Yeah.
That's been stressing my parents out. That was
I've
kind of
been-
unexpected. So
Life
they-
things.
yeah, they've been dealing with that for like probably like a month and a half. So
Oof.
like we eat prime rib for
Yeah,
for,
so did we.
So
So did we
you
for
that's
Christmas.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's so good. We eat that for
It
Christmas.
really is.
We
How
literally
do you have it cooked?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I can't cook, and I don't know anything about cooking. My dad
Okay.
is like a master chef in the kitchen. He's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how he cooks it, but it's good.
Back when we were younger, it used to be like well done because we were like kids, but now we do it medium rare, and it's really,
I think
really
we do it
fantastic.
medium rare as well.
So fantastic.
But yeah, we didn't even eat that this year. We're postponing that until like my brother's birthday,
Gotcha.
in a month.
We had our Christmas decorations up late too because we were on vacation for like the second week. of December,
Oh,
something like
don't
that.
you dare bring up that vacation with me here.
We're gonna talk about it, Preston. That's on the
Vacation.
topic.
Okay. Remember how I said this guy was cheap? He also doesn't know what a vacation is.
I know what a vacation is.
You live in Central Florida, do you not?
Yeah, I do. That's
All right.
right.
What amusement park is in Central Florida?
Disney. I'm a season pass holder.
Cool. You drive 20 minutes away to Disney and stay. That's not a vacation. A vacation
Okay.
is to get away.
So we
You
went
go
on
to
vacation
Disney twice
Disney
a
World,
month. That's not a vacation if you go
but
there.
we stayed there. We stayed at a hotel. We had a resort. We had a dining plan. We ate at restaurants we never get to eat at. It was a vacation.
It's not a vacation. You are a season pass holder. Therefore, you go there. You go there about 1 to 2 times a month. So you literally
Yeah.
just do what you do every month with better food. It's not a
Yeah.
vacation.
Oh, the food was so good. I had the
Go
best
go
thing
on
I've
a
ever
real
had in my life.
vacation. Go on a real
I had a-
vacation.
I had a Delmonico steak for the first time. It was a dry aged steak. So good.
Go on a real vacation. Take a cruise. Get in your car with your family. Go drive somewhere in the country to see
I
something.
hate driving. I hate road trips.
Then
It's my least
fly.
favorite thing.
Go somewhere interesting.
Sprout wings and just go.
Just be
It's that
free.
simple.
Drink some Red Bull. They give you wings.
I want to go on a cruise one day. And I would like to fly to Japan one day, and I would like to fly to Australia one day, maybe New Zealand, and probably California. Those are the places I'd like to go on vacation. But I love vacationing here in Florida too.
It's not a
Places I would wanna
vacation if
go.
you don't leave your state, honestly.
I'd go to Japan, Paris, England, New York.
Hmm
New
maybe
York's
California.
fun. New York's fun.
California's kind of weird.
We should all travel
California's
there.
kind of weird, but Sarah's there.
Yeah,
So like, think about it, right? Like, you gotta go. And Disneyland
yeah, but I live like 30 minutes from Disney.
from Disney World. Disneyland is different. They've got different rides still.
Disney World is bigger and
It's
better.
bigger, but it's different. Okay, it's like eating Pop Tarts, right? Like,
Okay, would
you
you rather,
know that hot fudge sundae
Okay.
Pop Tart's better, but the
If-
s'mores just gives you some variety.
Would you rather have someone come up to you and say, "I can give you this piece of land, or I can literally give you that world"? Which would you take?
How nice is the world? Like, if it's like Mustafar versus the plains of Naboo, right? I want to pick the plains of Naboo every time.
I was trying to create a planet that like suited you, and I just saw pink rainbows everywhere. I was
Andrew
like,
World! It's full of people that will worship him.
it's full of people that worship him and people that will talk to him for 12 hours so Andrew can say he's busy
Yep,
all the
that's
time.
that's the ideal universe for me.
It's called BUSI, busy.
Be-
That's
I see. I see
know,
what you did there.
Yeah. It's-
Well done. Well done. So I think the vacation was the first week actually that we didn't do the podcast because I was busy. Wasn't
We haven't had a podcast in several weeks.
Wait, let me see.
but the
what-
vacation was the first week that we missed, I think.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't?
No,
checking
no, no,
right
no.
now.
We
Really?
when was the last podcast, Dylan?
I'm checking right now. I know it was just a long time ago because my
Gotta get a
computer
fact
almost
check on
died.
this.
It was before my finals week for college.
Oh, that's right. It was before Thanksgiving even.
Yeah. Because
Oh.
quote unquote, I'm busy, guys.
I was busy.
You were not busy.
I was so busy.
You've worked
You would
like
not believe how
5
busy
days
I
in the
was.
past 2 months. You were not
Well,
busy.
The last episode of the podcast was November 21st, so over a month
Oof.
ago.
Okay, wow. That's wow. Hashtag I'm sorry, Chipotle.
The first episode was published November 6th.
Right? But the point is we're back now and we're gonna be uploading weekly again.
Maybe. You know,
without
we'll
any
see if Andrew's
breaks.
busy or
No,
not.
It's guaranteed, okay? I'm committed.
Really?
Even when classes start, I'm committed every week.
I feel like that's
For
really
the
up to
rest of the
me,
year.
'cause I'm really doing everything else.
Dylan, the show will go on without you, okay?
Well, I mean, it can't really go on without me because
Preston can edit. Right, Preston?
But will he edit? Is the question.
Common problem. But I
It's
caught
not
caught
canon.
word that an episode was gonna be recorded without me.
Yes.
Teaser for
So
episode 5.
What is up
no,
with
no, no,
that?
no. We
What is up with that?
I had the bright idea. I was like, Andrew's on quote unquote vacation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a vacation, but you were at Disney for the week and you basically shut your phone off or you ignored us. I elect you ignored us. You didn't even like send pictures or anything. You just didn't
Oh,
even
he did.
communicate.
Of his food.
I
Oh.
posted them on Snapchat. You're not on Snapchat.
No, I'm
you
not.
Loser.
Yeah, I am. I don't care. Anyway, so I had the bright idea about halfway through the week. I was like, Dylan. Well, I didn't even talk to Dylan first. I was like, Brian. I'm like, would you record a podcast episode without Andrew? And he was like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, he's on vacation. He can't do anything. and I'm like, we have to get Dylan on board because Andrew, for some reason, trusted Dylan with his login information for everything.
Big mistake, I will admit.
But I'm like, we have to get Dylan.
To be fair, the podcast is kind of a group project. I gave that information to both of you.
Yes,
All
but
the
I have the
podcast
channel.
logins.
That's true, but I didn't remember it. But you know, I'm like, we have to get Dylan in on it because you know he's kind of like the little worker. We give him projects and stuff. Dylan, if Dylan ever was to apply for an editor, he'd already be qualified with experience. Just from the podcast and Andrew bullying
Hollywood,
him.
hire me.
But I'm like, Dylan has to edit it, and he knows all the logins. I'm like, we have to get him on board. Dylan was on board. I asked him later, and I'm like, let's just make a podcast episode without Andrew. I'm like, we'll roast him, or we'll just talk about him, and in kind of a memey way. And then I talked to Jack, and you know, Jack's Jack.
Yeah.
Jack was like, why don't we just talk? Why don't we just have a podcast? And he's like, I don't know if Jack was gonna do it or not. I can't remember. He's like, why don't you guys? He would. Okay. He's like, why don't you just do the podcast and we just talk about all the things we like about Andrew? And I'm like, that's a good idea. We'll boost his ego so high that he'll just explode. But it's a good idea.
It'll make me come back. Because
That's a
apparently
lie.
I'm abandoning all of you.
More than me have said it.
Well, how did it fall apart? Like, what happened? I would have loved to hear all about myself.
I mean,
I didn't like the idea of boosting your ego.
Dylan was
I
down,
said
but
I
he was
wouldn't
like,
do it.
Dylan was down for the roasting, but he wasn't down for being a decent human being.
Yeah. And that's how you know he's not a true friend.
But no, yeah, it didn't happen. It was like Thursday or Friday, and we didn't know if you were gonna be back like Saturday. It was like later of the week.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Plus, like the idea was like late at night, so
One of those things. Like the podcast itself.
yes, much like the 2 a.m. dude. Let's just crap out 6 months of ideas, and you know we skipped a month, so yeah.
So now we have ideas till July.
Of 2021.
Sure.
We've got too many ideas. We'll
like-
never get to all of them, probably.
Wait, we upload podcasts on what day?
Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how lazy we are.
Dang it. It's going to be uploaded the day before my birthday.
Haha. Wait, how do you know what day your birthday is this year?
My birthday falls on a Thursday this year. It's July 9th.
Why do you know that?
Because my birthday last year, or this year, was on a Tuesday, and it's a leap year, so it's Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, but why? Who takes the time to think about this?
I remember everything.
6 months before. Oh, really? What was it like
Yes.
to be born?
A terrible experience, really.
It was
You
dark
remember it?
and cold.
But yeah.
Remembering everything would be terrifying.
It would be. It's a blessing and a curse.
I don't think you remember everything. I think you're exaggerating.
Try me.
What was it like when you were born? What did the doctor look like?
Oh, the doctor wore a big white mask.
Mm-hmm.
And a
What
knife.
color were his eyes?
His
And a
eyes looked
knife.
like
He
his
wore a
eyes.
knife?
Well, he didn't wear a
Dude.
knife. He had the knife.
Can you imagine, like, the worst kind of serial killer? Just wears a surgical mask and a knife right over his crotch. That's all he's wearing. And there's no clothing.
Oh,
Just a
God.
surgical mask and a giant machete just hanging down there. That would be the most terrifying getup I think a serial killer could wear.
That sounds like
Thanks for
you
put-
every Saturday night.
Thanks for... You're not supposed to know about those parties.
I remember them very clearly.
Wait, were you there? I was
It's
the one
why I
wearing
don't
the
hang out
car
with you
door.
guys anymore. That's why I don't hang out with you guys anymore.
I gotcha. I don't actually. I'm really confused by what that all means, but we'll move on so we don't have to think about it too much.
Speaking of moving on, how's your guys' like Thanksgiving and Christmas? Because you know, Andrew, I don't really talk to you anymore. Because of
I thought you said see. All right, we're gonna backtrack a little bit there. You started with moving on, and then you started nagging about something that is not moving on. So I don't know what you're getting at here.
I'm
Preston.
not moving on
My
from that
Thanksgiving
topic.
was great. My Thanksgiving was fantastic. So much food. Moving on, by the way. So much food. It was really delicious. I enjoyed working. I enjoyed the money from working. My Christmas was even better. Okay, I'm a little bit of a Lego fanatic.
Little. He claims
like-
he keeps complaining that he has no money, but he has at least $30,000 in Legos.
That's true.
It's not that much.
And I'm a little Lego fanatic. You know, you're like.
Last time we added it up, it was like 7,000 or 8,000.
Holy cow, dude!
I mean,
I don't have that many Legos.
we'll do a whole episode on Legos, I'm sure. But I got a lot of them. They're the ones that I wanted. It was beautiful. I got the ship in a bottle, which looks so cool. I really enjoyed it. I've been building those the last couple days while I've been talking to friends and you guys, because you're not friends. You guys are family. A lit family.
Oh, that's why he ignores us now. Now it makes sense.
You know, he's able to ignore his family. But
We're not his friends. We're his family. So therefore,
yeah,
blow off.
Yeah. This is more of a holiday thing.
Gotcha.
Just once a year.
My Thanksgiving was it was good. It was good. My Black Friday was pretty interesting though. So
I would love to hear about your Black Friday because I did nothing except sleep for Black Friday. So how was your Black Friday?
I didn't do anything most of the day.
Oh.
And then later that night, I convinced my dad we got a new TV. We got a Roku TV, and I love it.
We also got a Roku recently for Disney Plus.
Nice, yeah, they're really nice.
They are.
We got a Roku TV, because I've been trying to convince my dad because he wants to save money all the time, and I'm like, well, drop cable, get Hulu, and then a Roku TV, and it's cheaper. Why you laugh? I don't know why you're laughing, dude.
No, you're right. I'm laughing a little bit because it reminded me of a meme.
Yeah.
about how much money you save now by doing things instead of cable, and they did the budget, and it was like how much for cable, and they added up all the streaming services, which were still way less than cable, but at the bottom was premium Snapchats, $3,000 a month, and it was like, how is this supposed to save us money?
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, I see my monthly bill.
But yeah, like we still have cable, unfortunately, but we're like slowly getting in that direction. But so Black Friday came, and my dad ordered it that morning, and it said it would be ready for pickup, that night. So I don't go out on Black Fridays. The last time I went out on one Black Friday when I was little, just the massive hordes of people everywhere.
Yeah, it's bad.
If
you go in the morning, it's better now because so much of it's online.
Yeah, and I remember like news
really
stories.
Bad.
I remember news stories like people getting trampled to death and like people fighting and breaking stuff. So I went out on Black Friday and I was kind of expecting that, but like I knew like stores have gotten smart in the past few years, like decade or so.
Imagine that.
So we went to two stores and they were not crowded. Like we went to a clothing store. Got some stuff for people, and then their lines were so well organized. We literally walked up and walked out. There was a lot of people.
Now, was it midday or was it like morning?
Oh no, it was evening. I'm sorry. This wasn't even Black Friday. This was Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Because they moved so many of the sales back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's why I thought it was Black Friday.
Later in the day on Black Friday, it's almost like as calm as after a hurricane.
No. This was
like it's eerily calm.
This was about 5 o'clock on Thanksgiving when everything was opening. Everything was just opening.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's why I was like concerned. But so we went to store, got in and out. Then we went to Best Buy, and as we were driving to Best Buy, somebody in Discord sent a picture to a big server I'm in. And they were like, yeah, this is the Best Buy. It was a couple cities away. They're like, this is the Best Buy 4 minutes before opening. And the line in the crowd was huge. And I messaged them. I'm like, I need to know what Best Buy that is right now. And they're like, it's an hour. Actually, it was like 30 minutes away from where we were. So I was like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So we went to the one that was close to us. There was a crowd. The store was extremely crowded. Like there was not much room to move around. But you could still move and push people. The actual store was crowded, but when
It's like playing in a ball pit of people, really.
yeah. But when we checked out, we just got in and out, no problem, because their lines were very organized. But that's not the story. So the story is, my dad ordered the TV that morning, and it said it would be ready for pickup. We get there, we go and look at some other TVs and other stuff. It's Best Buy, you know. So, we asked the guy. We're like, hey, we ordered a thing. It said to be ready tonight, and the guy was like, yeah, let me check on that. And he pulls up stuff on the computer, and he's like, yeah, there's it's not ready yet, but it should be if you just want to wait around. And then they come back to us, and they're like, we don't think it'll be ready tonight.
What?
Because of the crowd. There's a lot of people, online orders, because we ordered it online in the morning.
Okay.
So I'm like, I look at my dad, and I'm like, do you want me to try to do something? And he's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, a bunch of people I go to college with, I'm like, I know them, and I know a bunch of people that work here. And I literally, like, walking in the door, one of the greeters
Connection.
Yeah. One of the greeters I go to school with. And then, like, I saw one of the guys at Geek Squad, know him, one of the guys working the PC section. So I get out on Discord, and I message one of my friends. And, like, I don't want to say his name, but, like, if he somehow ever found this podcast, thank you, dude. Like, I thanked him up and down for what he did. But I messaged him on Discord hoping he'd reply, and he did. I'm like, dude, are you working tonight? And he was like, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't even message him. I messaged him later. Anyway, I'm getting confused. I walked around the store looking for somebody I knew.
Uh-huh.
And there he was. He was just sitting there talking to some boomer, some old guy about, like, headphones. And I walk up, and I'm behind him. I'm trying to wave, like, through the aisle at him, because he was facing me. He didn't see me. So I walk around, and I stand in front of him, and he just sees me, and he just kind of smiles and nods. And I'm like, what's up, dude? And he's just talking to this guy.
So he was able to help you?
Yeah. So he talks to this guy forever, and just, like, gives me the finger, like, 1 minute. So I talk to him.
That's not usually what giving the finger means, but okay.
I talk to him. I say, hey, dude, we ordered a TV this morning. I'm like, is there any way you can go and sneak in the back and get it for us? And he was like, let me see what I can do. So, my family
I'm
gets
really surprised that he went to help you after, like, giving you the finger.
Oh,
you know, it sounds like you think everyone's
he
your
held
friend.
up the index
No.
finger.
It sounds like you think everyone's your friend. He's like, he just wanted to give me a minute, and he's just like, get out of here, Preston. God, I hate you.
No, dude. But he goes in the back, comes back, checks out stuff, and he's like, I can get it. He's like, just give me a few more minutes. He's like, there's over 300 orders in front of yours. You won't get this for like another 2 to 3 days.
Oh my God.
Even though they said you could pick it up tonight. So he goes back, he's gone for about 20 minutes, and then he comes back, like basically pushing the crowd with the TV, like using it as our battering ram, like, get out of my way.
Like something you'd see at Helm's Deep.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, look, literally, he's like, get out of my way.
That's funny.
And then we wait forever to check out, and he checks us out, and I'm just like thanking him up and down. I'm like, dude, you saved our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because it was reliant on that TV.
Dude, it was entertainment, and we needed it. And Disney Plus, dude, it was out.
Should we do a whole episode about The Mandalorian or no?
I haven't even watched The Mandalorian.
Then you won't be there.
Then
you won't be there. If we do it, we have to wait until the last episode's out, because we still.
Of course.
We still have a few more.
Oh,
days.
by then I'll see it. I'll see it by then.
You have Disney Plus, right, Dylan?
No.
What are you doing with your life?
Well, we don't have anything that can run it in the living room, and Mom's doesn't want to pay for it.
Get the
If
Roku.
it's just gonna be on like my iPad and stuff.
Get the Roku.
Dylan, I will stream it over Discord for you.
It's so beautiful.
Well, shoot.
Disney Plus in general, but also The Mandalorian.
Yeah. But shoot, I was gonna say so yeah, we're gonna get an Apple TV
and get Disney Plus on that. It's on Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna get an Apple TV, you little cultist.
Ecosystem.
Don't throw around fancy words.
Yeah, we're not smart enough to know what that means, Dylan.
I know what ecosystem means. He's like, I'm an Apple cultist. I like the Apple ecosystem because everything works perfectly fine. No, Dylan, nothing Apple works perfectly fine.
You can't.
Okay. Now that's too far, Preston. Apple makes some of the best phones. They charge you up the butt for them, and they come out with new ones that you don't need
I-
to buy.
I don't-
Yeah,
But
good
they
enough
make
for
good
that.
phones.
They make good
The thing
phones,
is-
but like I'm
We
thinking about
can't turn this
switching.
into an Apple podcast.
I like I like the Apple phone. This is the only thing from them I like. I hate everything else by them. But I'm honestly considering switching. Like, I really am.
Motorola Z, Razr, whatever.
Oh my gosh, I saw an ad for a Motorola phone the other day, a flip phone that's a smartphone touchscreen flip phone.
Yeah,
that's
the Motorola Razr. That's the one I'm thinking about getting.
Yeah,
I'm
it
thinking about
looks
getting it
cool.
next summer.
it looks really nice.
Because I remember the original phone. Like, my parents had it and I used it. I loved
me. Preston's like mad at me because I like reference the ecosystem, but he's getting this $800 phone for nostalgic value. I just want to point that out.
Oh, Dylan, I wish it was $800.
How much is it?
It's
It is
$1,500.
Oh,
It's not.
sweet giblets!
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. The new Motorola Razr is $1,500. And I mean,
Forget that.
that
Forget
new-
that.
all
Never
the new
mind, I
Apple-
don't want it.
all the new Apple phones are $1,100 to $1,200. So like,
Yeah, but I haven't bought a new Apple phone either. We remember when I went back to Chipotle for 80 cents?
yes, we
Remember
do.
that?
I,
Yeah, I ain't getting no grand phone. I'll
Yeah.
take a pass.
But after the reviews come
I'm
out for
getting
the
the
phone,
iPhone 11.
Dylan.
And
possibly
AirPods
right,
and
actually.
an Apple Watch and an Apple
Well, I already
TV.
have the Apple Watch.
You have a problem, Dylan. You have a problem.
And Preston ranting about Hightail for the next 4 years.
Listen, dude, that is
Hightail
completely
beautiful.
different.
I will ban you from this podcast.
Don't you dare drag Hightail's name through the mud.
It is secret.
Don't you dare bring up my addiction.
Okay, well, let's not. Listen, maybe you do need an intervention. actually.
Shut up, Andrew.
Maybe.
I'll ban you from the podcast.
Maybe just. Can you do that?
He can.
You
You haven't copyrighted it, so he can take it in, and he has the login. So he just change the login. Like he
There is
literally can.
creating something automatically makes it copyrighted to some extent if you can prove that you made it first.
Well, the fact that we were all in every episode, we all own it, and we all have worked on it to a degree, so we all co-own it. The fact, actually, I own the podcast. I was the original creator.
No,
I had the idea. I created
It
the
was
logo.
his.
I had the
It was
videos.
his idea originally. It was his idea.
and I have proof in the
you
group
can't
chat.
prove that. That's not true. That was
For
a
the
different
record,
podcast.
For the
It's a
record,
different
though, the logo was conceptually mine.
Uh-huh.
You hold up
For
my
the
stick.
record. For the record, I'm the only one that got this done.
No,
Because you were
that's a lie.
No.
Do you edit it? Do you record it?
I am what is called a delegator.
You see, Andrew,
I delegate
the only
the
thing you do, let's be honest here, the only thing you do is host the episodes, and we've already been talking about doing episodes without you. So
The only thing I do is tell people what to do, and I'm good at it. And that's why I will continue to keep my job.
I'm gonna do your thing. Can't you? Are you gonna keep your job?
I want to
Are
insert
you?
Willem Dafoe from Spider-Man, where he's just like screaming, "You can't fire me! I built this company. You know how much I sacrificed."
I'm gonna quote ASDF. You're fired. You can't fire me. I quit. You can't quit. I quit. You can't quit. You're a frog. Am I the only one who watches ASDF anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been let's see here. When did I turn 12?
No, like honestly, that ASDF 12 was like a good one in a long time, and that was like the one part that made me laugh the most. And it wasn't
They're
even
still
in the original
making
video.
them?
Yeah. ASDF
Oh
12 came out like
God.
2 months ago, and
That's so
the one thing-
sad.
the thing that made me laugh the most was that someone vocoded it.
I
So
know
it's
what
to
that
a
means.
song. So basically, it's auto-tuned to a song.
Gotcha.
So it's like perfect tone, and there's one point where someone just screams at that, like the "you're fired" stuff with like at the top of their lungs. And it's just a musical. Ah! It's hilarious. Sorry, I realized I'm at 200. I probably just burst the drums.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Dylan, you need to quiet down. You're way too loud.
No, he's
Coming
actually
from
fine.
me, who opens up the episode with "Hello." Speaking of which, that is the one thing I didn't get for Christmas that I wanted.
What'd you want?
I have a great idea for editing these things now.
Wait, what did you want for Christmas, Andrew?
T-shirts with my slogan on them.
Really?
Hello! Just right across the chest. all
Really? Well,
different
you could
colors.
do it yourself and buy it yourself with the money you earned.
that. You know what? I could do that.
Because I'm
Okay,
buying
well.
myself Christmas presents.
Are they gonna say hello on them?
No, I'm not buying crappy shirts that say hello.
That's
Who wants?
one
Nobody
day.
wants that.
One day when we have Lit Fan podcast merch, We're gonna have hello T-shirts.
The
and they're gonna
only
sell
the
like
only thing that
hotcakes.
would sell, the only Lit Fan podcast merch that would sell is either a navy blue or black shirt with the logo on it. That's like the only
No.
thing I think would sell.
Hello shirts would sell.
No.
Yes, they would.
No, they won't.
My greeting is iconic.
To you and you alone.
I have had people tell me they call me just to hear it.
You mean that one person?
They lie.
I called someone once and I was upset and I didn't say it, and they started with, "Oh wow, what's wrong?" And then they started with, "Do I get my hello? Like, when do I get my hello?"
If any of those people are the people outside of Lit Fam you leave us for, they're literally stupid. If they think hearing the hello is needed, it's awful, and they clearly have an awful sense of
iconic.
comedy, and
It's not comedic. It's comforting.
I've decided
stupid.
that every time Andrew says hello in a podcast, I'm gonna peek it audibly.
No.
Ear rape. So everyone says,
No.
"Hello, welcome everybody to Lit Fam Podcast."
No. No, you got to keep it pure. You got to keep that crystal clear hello, you know?
I have a question for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
When you're at work, if your boss told you to do something, what do you think is a good window? Like, how long before you have to do it for them to tell you?
After they tell me how long should I wait before I do it?
Yeah. Like if it's not that important,
I do it immediately or finish what I'm doing and then do it.
Okay. My work decided to close early on Christmas Eve. All right, I worked 9 to 5.
Mhm.
And I scheduled my whole work day to end at 5
Right.
because I have files and stuff. Because I'm a data processor, and files and stuff to go through. So it's 3 o'clock, and it's like 3:30, and I have to notarize, which that's basically just getting sworn in, and somebody has to stamp it with a special stamp.
I know what it means.
Well, listeners might not know what it means. I didn't know what it meant before I started this job.
Okay, well, go on. Go ahead.
You gotta explain things to the listeners.
It's
You
all
don't
right,
care
it's all
about them
right.
either. You don't care about us.
don't-
Why are you even here?
You know what? We're just gonna move on.
Anyway,
We don't have to fight about this, Preston.
I remember-
love you.
so
I love you.
In was it episode 1 or 2 when we talked
He's in the
about
middle of a story, Dylan.
I know he is.
Did you forget?
anyway, Dylan, you can continue when I'm done. Thank you. So all our supervisors left, and the person who was left in charge is the supervisor. They literally were like, "Yeah, so I just got a call from our supervisor up in what? What are you laughing about?
In clear.
I got a supervisor from another city, the big corporate office. Shut up. Anyway,
Cleveland. Go ahead.
blur that, Dylan.
Everyone knows you were gonna say Cleveland. We're not blurring anything.
Anyway, they got a call from corporate
Oh, corporate. I'm sorry.
that we were-
corporate.
that we could close early at 4 o'clock. It was
Uh-huh.
3:50 when they told us this, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm literally in the middle of notarizing, and we're not gonna be done in 10 minutes. And they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, okay, we'll move it to 4:30," and I'm just like, so I got it done by 4:30 ish. And then all right, let's go, let's leave. And I'm like, I'm all mad now because I could have, if they would have told me earlier, I could have totally planned my day to be done at 4. Or
Yeah.
B, I have to make up hours. I have to work a certain number of hours each week. So I'm also mad because when I work tomorrow, I'm going to have to add on another 30 minutes to my shift, and I don't want to.
Are you just taking the time to complain? This
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
connect to
I'm
me saying
complaining.
hello, which is what we were talking about before. It doesn't connect to Dylan's story. That he
No, I
wanted to
move
tell in
on.
the
I
middle of
move on
this
very
one.
fast. You know this.
Was there a point to this right here, or?
I just wanted to complain. No, there's no point.
Okay.
That's literally what this podcast is, right? There's no point to it.
It's
Isn't
not
that our
about
slogan?
Complaining about our lives. At least you were complaining about me. I mean, that's at least on topic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do what I'm told without question at work, and it actually caused some trouble.
Really? Are you one of those maliciously compliant people?
Well, I just assumed. Okay, so I was.
When your
I
boss
moved
says drop what you're doing and come help me, you literally just like drop the cash
I
register or
was
the
told
phone.
to go do counter, and I was told if you have any questions or anything, ask Tyler and do whatever Tyler says. Tyler's my brother, but you know what? I can step down.
You
and
work
listen
with
to
your
him for
brother.
Work.
I didn't know
It's
that.
unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I wonder how was that?
It wasn't bad. I got to make fun of him a lot. It was cool. He's wiping down the counter at one point. And I said, "You missed a spot," and all the customers laughed, and they're like, "I like you."
So now your brother actually hates you.
Yeah. No, as soon as I got on counter, the manager was telling Tyler how great I was doing, and so on the way home, Tyler had to talk with me about how I'll never be better than him.
How what?
How I'll never be better than him. How he's the best at counter, and if I want to be better than him, give up now, because the manager was talking good about me. But anyway, Tyler says you guys need to start packing the turkeys upside down, okay?
Okay.
And I'm like, I roll my eyes. Sounds like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, but I was told to listen, and so I did. Well, the turkeys are in these little plastic containers that clip closed, but they don't seal.
Wait.
And there's broth in there.
Wait.
What?
You stock the turkeys upside down?
No. Listen. We're about to get to that. Dylan.
Wait. Why are turkeys in a bag of juice?
It's like a turkey breast.
Oh.
And it's already
okay.
cooked, so there's turkey juice in there.
Gotcha. I know what you're
They're in
talking
these
about now.
Tupperware containers.
I was thinking about frozen turkey, like a whole turkey.
Well, we're about to get to that too.
Okay.
So I pack like 3 or 4 of them like this, and I am rolling my eyes every time because there's getting juice in the bag. And the one dude, like, as I'm packing, is like, "Can you please not do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's spilling everywhere. I'm gonna have to pack this one right side up." They told me to do it upside down. I'm not sure why. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know why either. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." Tyler comes around the corner. "Who bagged this turkey?" I look at it. It's upside down. Oh, that was me. I raise my hand. I'm like, "That was me. You told me to do it upside down." I don't know why. I meant the frozen turkeys. Oh. That makes more sense.
Your brother kind of sounds like an awful person.
Oh, he screams to the line. "All right, guys, so my brother's an idiot and packed all your turkeys upside down. If anyone has any upside down turkey breasts, let me know and I'll fix it for you." And I'm like, this is why you got to be more descriptive.
No. Actually, you just gave your brother more work. Congratulations. You're making his life bad now.
So yeah, I will follow instructions no matter how dumb they are.
At one point, someone I work with was helping a customer, and they brought out a turkey breast, and they're like, "Oh, I think this is too small. Do you have anything bigger?" So he goes, "Yeah, we have a whole turkey in the back." And he goes, "Okay, can I see this?" So she goes in the back. She brings out a whole turkey. The guy goes, "Oh my gosh!" And she's like, "What?" He goes, "I didn't want one with the arms and legs on it." It's like,
what do
that's
they
what
think a whole turkey is?
It's like, I thought it was just a bigger breast. It was like,
That's
what?
People are dumb, okay? I worked at a grocery store for 3 years. You get some dumb
We
questions.
had someone call and ask if we had vegan ham. I don't even know what that is, but no. No, we don't have it. I thought it was a prank call. I was like, "No, that doesn't exist." And he was like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "I've never heard of that." Like, I immediately changed tones because I realized he was serious.
Whoa! You thought vegan ham was a prank call, and you were like, "No, that doesn't exist, bro."
Yeah. And then he responded with "Excuse me," and I realized that this wasn't a teenager. This was an old vegan.
No. Listen.
Worried.
No. Old people are always dead serious. Always.
Okay, boomer.
I once answered the phone, "Thank you for calling, yada yada yada. How can I help you?" And the person who answers is on the phone silent for like 10 seconds. I'm like, "Hello?" And she goes, "We're good. Thank you." And hangs up. I was like,
"That's it?"
That's it. I was like,
"Jeez."
There were some weird phone calls. I had 2 Spanish calls that were complete opposites of each other. I had someone call and just start rattling off in Spanish very quickly, and I don't know Spanish. I know enough to say "no habla español," to which she responded in English, "Oh, okay," and then spoke fluent English for the rest of the phone call. And I'm just like, why didn't we start with this? The second phone call was the exact opposite, in almost flawless English. "Does anyone speak Spanish there? Does anyone speak Spanish? Can anyone?" And I'm like, "No. No one? No. I really need someone that speaks Spanish. I don't." Fine. Hangs up.
At one point,
What?
I have a similar story.
Oh my gosh, I hate people.
I had a similar story. I answered the phone, and this woman is like speaking Spanish like as fast as she possibly could. Yada, 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 and she finally ends. Yada, 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 turkey breast. I was like, "You want a turkey breast?" And she goes, "Yes." I'm like,
we have turkey breast.
"Yeah, we got them." She goes, "Okay," and hangs up. I'm like,
Perfect,
"You're
wonderful.
welcome."
Does anybody speak Spanish in perfect English? No. Goodbye. It's so weird.
It was one of the weirdest things. The only call that I had that was weirder than that was someone called and asked for a turkey ham. And I said, we have turkey and we have ham. And they're like, okay, so the turkey ham? And I was like, well, they're two different things. Like, yeah, but the turkey's cut like the ham. And I was like, they're both sliced, spiral sliced. Okay, good. I just want to make sure you had turkey ham. No, we don't. Okay, yeah, we got it.
See, that person. That's the type of person you wonder how they've made it this far in life.
I really did. I was so worried.
What's the funniest thing is when you call them and they ask to speak to your the manager like instantly, like 4 times during Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'll like answer the phone and they'll immediately just be like, "I want to talk to your manager." I'll go to him and I'll be like, "Hey, they want to talk to you." And he's like, "Well, what did you tell them? Like, what did you want? Like, did you make them mad?" I was like, "No, I just answered the phone."
No, I just answered the phone. Yes,
Yeah.
That's when you say, "Sure thing, Karen." And
Yes, Karen. Right away, Karen.
Dude, my manager's hilarious. He told me to call him daddy.
okay, I think you have a lawsuit on your hand.
Oh, that's the least of our worries. He's funny though. We're all
Really?
in on it, so it's fine. He's like, you can call me daddy. I'm like, I don't want to do that. And he's like, you don't want to do dad? You don't think that's okay? And I was like, dad's okay. I'll call you dad. It's the last 2 letters I'm worried about. And then he goes, daddy's not bad. Or am I?
Oh my gosh.
I can see him doing that. I can see him saying that.
Yeah,
That's
you
funny.
need to keep an eye on that manager.
I know him. Like, we're friends. Like, I knew him before I worked there.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
fine.
okay.
It's like,
Yeah, no,
if
no,
I
no.
would've-
We're good. No, like we make jokes and things all the time. One time I was eating lunch, he just walked in the office and he just put his hand down in my apron on my chest, and just felt my chest.
Same
And then
guy.
he looked
Same
away.
guy.
Yeah, same guy. He looked away and then he goes,
Ooh.
"I pledge allegiance to the flag." And I gotta say, it was an out-of-body spiritual experience. I will never say the Pledge of Allegiance with my own breast again.
Can you imagine? Like, I don't think they do it anymore. Because they didn't do it my senior year of high school. But before my senior year of high school, you know, they always made the kids and everybody do the pledge in the morning.
It's the most brainwashy thing.
Yeah, no, it really, really is.
It's so weird.
It is kind of weird when you think about it. Like when you're in elementary school and middle school, you kind of just don't know better.
Yeah.
But like in high school, you're kind of like, I've been doing this for like 12 years. This is weird.
And it's brainwashy.
But can you imagine just doing that in class, standing up at your desk and reaching to the person to your right?
Oh, that's all I want in life.
No, you go up to the teacher and do it. You just go up to the teacher and put your hand on their chest. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Oh my gosh.
I was
Like,
like,
the national anthem, that's like fine. That's like patriotic. But the Pledge of Allegiance crosses the line for me. I get weirded out by it every time.
I don't even know what, other than like schools, I don't even know what places say it.
we used to do it at church, but then we stopped doing that.
What?
Thank the
What?
Lord. Like back in Sunday school, like kids' church.
Yeah,
Oh, really? That's odd.
We would do the Pledge of Allegiance to America, the Pledge of Allegiance to the Bible, and then we do a sign language thing. That's how I learned sign language. Random fact of the day.
That is very creepy and cultish in my mind. All of that
It is. No, I agree. It's weird.
sign language and to
We
the
stopped
Bible.
doing it. Well, because
Well, they wanted us to
I
like.
think pledging allegiance to the Bible is better than pledging allegiance to a flag. Like
It's creepy though.
it's creepy
like-
either way, but it's
You see,
better.
the thing they wanted us
Barely.
to learn sign language because they have a whole deaf ministry, and they wanted the kids to like learn how to communicate with the deaf ministry and stuff like that. So, like, I actually like met some people through that. And it's like
I think we can all agree the sign
No.
language thing is the least weird thing about
Wait,
it.
wait. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
No, wait. Were you just taught sign language, or were you like pledging in sign language?
I
all of
pledge
it.
allegiance to the fingers.
we would so basically we would come up and they would put like on this tiny screen, and then
And to the deaf, for which they sign.
and like one of the sign language interpreters for my
One finger next to thumb.
They'll never hear this. It's fine. That's
Oh,
awful.
that's messed up, Preston.
Dude, that's why I make fun of orphans. What are they gonna do?
Dude,
Tell their
we
parents?
need an episode like soon talking about our humor sense because like I feel like
covered it a little bit
some
in the first episode. But
did we? I don't remember.
episode 5 was supposed to be Dylan Stark humor. Remember him specifically?
Oh right. Well,
Wait, are we doing that next?
That's the next episode.
Yes.
we just
Everyone's
need an
gonna be
episode
like-
on humor
Everyone's
because like
gonna be like tuning in, ready, and we're gonna be like, today we're talking about the Mandalorian. Everyone's gonna be like, oh.
I feel like if we don't talk about our humor soon, excuse me. I feel like if we don't talk about our humor soon, we're gonna get some weird looks from people if like the
I mean,
more
we
people
covered
find
it
this.
briefly, and I mean, it's the kind of audience we're appealing to is younger, and I feel like the generation that's
Cop is coming for us.
prominent now, like Gen Z, like they get it. They don't need explained. It's the boomers we gotta watch out for, you know.
No, that's why we have to explain it so we're legally covered. Like, we're not explaining it for the. We're not
That's
explaining it for
fair.
Gen Z. We're explaining it. We're explaining it for legal reasons.
Yeah, that's fair.
The,
Okay.
the thing is, they said a disclaimer that your video is for like older audiences won't protect you from COPPA,
No, it won't.
which is like. Second of all, you don't think 12-year-olds are trying to sneak adult content? Like
The whole thing's a mess.
Listen, there's no cure for stupid, Dylan. I'm just gonna say that, okay?
And
There
that's, like,
really
that
Maybe
is.
in a nutshell.
therapy. Maybe therapy.
No, there's no cure for stupid. To get rid of stupid, we need to get rid of all warning labels on every product in the world, and just
I saw
let
a warning label on a
things-
chainsaw once, not to hold it between your legs when starting.
get rid of that, and let's just let things play out, okay?
That sounds like a
Stupid
Florida
people
man.
will be eradicated from the planet,
That's-
and
that
the
sounds like
only
a Florida
people
man
and the
article.
only people will pass on healthy brain cells. That's
And Florida will have 3 people left in it.
I was gonna say like
Florida man will be no more.
Florida man cuts off his testicles with a chainsaw accidentally.
I feel like that
Dude.
is something that probably happened.
Dude, I'm looking it up now.
The entire southern United States would be obliterated. They're
The
just
Midwest isn't much better.
Okay,
So,
Florida man.
But like no, we're the northern U.S. and like the West are, I would say, a lot more cautious, and not
Oh, a lot
stupid,
more cautious,
and not stupid.
but still kind of stupid.
Because like the southern U.S. and like Alabama and Florida and like Arkansas, that's when you get like the dumb people. That's why we need it's those regions specifically why they have to put stickers on chainsaws. Please do not hold between your legs. It is literally just that section of the U.S.
Yeah, I wonder if like in like Maine, if they even have to print that.
They probably don't. No, they probably don't.
There is no Florida man cuts off testicles with a chainsaw accidentally article.
Why are you looking
How
this up?
sad! How sad! I do not want to know what else is in your search history.
But one
You know what?
is
You know what? Episode 50. Let's get an actual therapist in the call with us.
We'll pay. We'll pay.
at the very is he just silent throughout the entire episode at the very end. So how does that make you feel?
No, at the very end, he writes prescriptions for all of us.
Dude, I don't think has any other podcast gotten like a professional therapist or doctor or something?
I
like,
doubt it.
Like not on there as a guest to explain stuff, but on there to evaluate them.
I doubt it.
We
We'll be
need
the
to-
first.
We need to do
We
it.
can't wait till episode 50. This idea will be stolen. Everyone break open your piggy banks.
Okay, no.
And
The problem is this: we claimed it. We just claimed it. Kind of like how I claim the name Space Tail if a Space Hightail mod comes out. We already claimed this idea. So even if it's done before us, we have
Okay.
proof that we did it first. We're going to do it first, technically,
Okay.
because we can't do it now. We need milestone markers like that.
All right.
You go for-
I
you
claim
go
the name
for
Slicky Ricky then, for my child. That's no one can take that.
That's the
Oh, that's
first
your
name.
name.
Is the first name or first and middle?
First name
All of it.
Slicky Ricky.
Okay.
Okay, Preston, what's your child's name?
I don't know, dude. I don't have any funny. I don't have any.
Melvin.
Melvin.
Dude, there are people out there named Melvin, and I feel so bad for them.
Part of my data
Could be a lot
processing
worse.
is I see names. I
Mhm.
see some pretty weird names every now and then.
Have you seen a Melvin?
No, I saw a guy. I won't say last names, but this guy's first name was Cricket.
Wow.
Yep. His last name is a lot funnier. It's very funny, but I
we'll just stop
will.
recording.
It makes the whole name come together.
Have you ever met a Bob in real life?
I have.
Like such a classic name on TV.
I have. Yeah, I have too.
Bob.
It's not a common name anymore.
It's not.
Like common names today are like.
You know what is? Oh, it used to be a common name, and so now everyone has an aunt. Everyone has an Aunt Brenda.
I don't.
Not me.
You guys don't have Aunt Brendas?
No.
No, I have one aunt.
You're literally the first people I've ever asked that didn't have an Aunt Brenda.
Nope. Don't have an Aunt Brenda.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
I thought everyone had an Aunt Brenda.
No, dude. Everybody has an
Mine's
uncle.
a great aunt, but still.
Everybody has an Uncle Charlie. Not me, but everybody else does.
I don't have one either.
I have an Uncle Chuck and a Grandpa Chuck. And an Uncle Bill.
I feel like they all conspire against you.
Old Prospector Bill.
Yep.
He went out west looking for gold, and I'm not even joking.
Really?
Yeah.
He
sold everything he had. He bought an RV, and he went somewhere to find gold.
Now, what year did he do this? I'm just curious because
6 years ago.
Man,
He's still alive somehow.
Remember that comment I said? There's no cure for stupid.
Rich.
Remember when I said there's no cure for stupid?
Hey, you don't talk about Prospector Bill that way.
Is Prospector Bill rich? Does he have a lot of gold? Does he have money?
No.
Okay, so there's no cure for stupid.
Is that the name of this episode?
There's no cure for stupid. That's the name of the episode.
I think it works.
Yeah, we talked about the dumb people that call and just the dumb people in general, and
it describes us perfectly.
So, yeah.
And we're dumb. Yeah. Andrew's the dumbest of us all.
I wouldn't agree to that.
Mr. 80 cents. Wah!
Dumb one, dumb two.
Hashtag I'm sorry, Chipotle.
Dude, when this episode comes out, I want you to link me. You tweeting them that.
Absolutely. We're gonna make it happen.
It'll be a little screenshot at the end of the episode.
Should I wait to tweet it until the episode comes out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Unless you want to, are you just gonna like tweet them the episode, or you just gonna like explain?
I'll tweet them something about it and maybe include a link to the episode. Maybe.
I would say just
the whole Twitter is our podcast, so I'll just tweet them about the episode.
I would just say just tweet it and let them be confused until this comes out.
No. I'm gonna tweet it when the episode comes out.
That's not how things happen.
Yeah, we don't want to sneak peek everyone. We don't want them to know that Chipotle is happening.
Yeah. You know, Chipotle. By the way, if you ever do listen to this, by the way, because I know
Chipotle, the corporate entity, listens to this. Yes.
Well, okay, listen, not the entity, but the people. Dude, Twitters are weird. Companies. Have you ever seen Wendy's Twitter?
Twitter's really. Have you ever seen Wendy's Twitch?
Yes, I've seen Wendy's Twitch. It's beautiful.
They stream games.
And they give away coupons for free burgers or like coupons.
I love it so much.
I know.
I love it so much.
But
Wendy's is my favorite just for that.
Oh no, they're awesome. But like companies these days are weird. Like there is, we joke about having them listen to this, saying, hashtag I'm sorry Chipotle. It could happen, literally. So if they make it to the end of this, I just want to say, I love Chipotle.
It's the best.
Way too much.
The carne
no, like
literally addicted. I literally count the days since the last time I had it.
The carne's good. I love the carne, but I just stick to traditional steak.
I can't enough of that carne, man.
Dude, I go to Chipotle. Can I just talk about Chipotle? I like it too much.
Podcast episode about Chipotle.
Next time. Dude. Slim Jim has a weird Instagram too.
Really?
Slim Jim's Instagram is super memey, and not only do they post their own memes about Slim Jims, yes, those exist. They call their fan base the gang, and they make memes about how if you're in the gang, you're in the gang, and how the gang is better than women and hoes and stuff. And then they go to every other Instagram meme page that's popular, and they comment about the meme. And sometimes their jokes are better than the actual memes. Slim Jim's Instagram game is on point.
I have a question about your local Chipotle dough.
Yeah.
Do you go there enough to where you walk in the door and your order is made by the time you get up in the line?
No. If I had money in a car, I would.
He goes there enough to be able to come to my house, which is right next to it.
At my Chipotle, there are multiple employees. There's not just one or two. There are multiple employees. When I walk in, they know what I want.
I literally dream of that day.
It's a little weird because like usually
want
you
it.
you chat with them while they make your food if they're not busy for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little weird just walking in and the guy from like I'm at the door and the store's empty. He'll just be like burrito, double brown rice, steak, cheese, and a little bit of hot sauce. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, you know me.
Why'd you turn into a surfer? Yeah, dude.
I don't know,
I
dude.
didn't like that. It made me uncomfortable.
Dude.
I don't like the word dude.
You don't like the
Dude.
word dude?
It always sounds forced.
Dude, really?
The only time I think it's okay to say dude is if you're a girl trying to friend zone a guy.
He's heard that too many times.
Not once, but go on.
That's a lie. That's so a lie. But okay, Andrew, we can let people think that.
We will let you.
I
have
will
this one.
always be here to keep you in check. That is literally why I
Okay.
exist in
Don't worry,
life.
I'm a ladies' man, okay? Believe me.
You're more like a man's man.
And with that, we are going to say adieu, bid adieu to all of you. Thank you all for watching and listening to the Lit Fam podcast. Please feel free to leave 5-star reviews. We really like them. Comments
Stop
as well.
it!
And we'll see you.
Wait, guys,
next
we keep going for 5 more minutes. We're almost at 4:20.
time.
Dang it.